they don't love the game as much as I love the game, and they don't know how hard I had to work to get to where I am today. You feel me? So they don't speak the same language as me. That's why whenever I'm in the Miami Dolphins training facility, I don't even talk to some people, bro.
Okay, let it be known. I'm working hard when I ain't on the phone. This ain't a home, this ain't a phone. Grind never stopping, I'm keeping it.
We are back with another episode of It Needed to Be Said, the end season with Cheetah. How you feeling, man? How you feeling, champ?
Feeling great, man. Obviously, this weekend ain't go the way, we wanted it to go, but, any day above earth is always great. So feeling great. Body feel good. So excited about another opportunity this weekend, man. Good.
First off, I heard so many people and I read so many comments. I did research this time, right? But they were talking about, oh, well, Tua and Tyreek, they couldn't do this, offense couldn't do this. Not knocking any defense, but if you want to put up points by the offense and put up yards, you got to actually be on the field, right?
Right. Right. Exactly, man. That's just how this game goes. Like, a lot of people on Twitter, like, they become GMs all of a sudden on their couches, which is crazy. So, obviously, our job is to make plays and, slow the game down and help our defense win games. And, Sunday, it just wasn't one of those cases. Obviously, me and Tua had the deep shot down the field, and we began to, catch our drift in the second, have a little bit. But, Eagles, they're a good team, they're Super Bowl runner-ups, and they got a real good team, a good coach, good offense, and we needed that challenge. Like, we needed that punch in the mouth. So, I'm definitely glad that we got the opportunity to go down to Philly and play in that game.
People always say sometimes we shy away from getting into drop balls. I think they don't think you hold yourself accountable for drop balls or miss passes or miscues on different routes. What's your take on? I think you had just ran the quick little slant cross, ball hit your hands, drop. It just from looking at the camera, and once they slowed it down, it's like you might have taken your eyes off to make sure that safety wasn't going to clean you up, man.
Nah, it was just one of them issues where I was moving too fast and my knee hit the ball, man. So, yeah, man, my job is to make plays, and I don't shy away from anything. Like, if I mess up, I mess up. Like, but when I mess up, it's gonna be at 110%. And as a receiver, your mindset has to be next play. You know what I'm saying? I never can dwell on that moment. And that's the beautiful thing about this sport that we play. It's a team game. We didn't score on that drive. Our defense came back and got a pick six. And, that's just me. That's just my MO. And my teammates, they know, like, one thing about Cheetah, he not trying to, drop a pass. Like, he's trying to make every play. I'm trying to embarrass people. I'm trying to put up 200 every game. That's my mindset, man. And, the Eagles, they did a great job, man. They had changed their coverage and they started putting 2-3 people on me. Like, they had put their I believe he was a rookie, 6'4" guy named Eli Ricks, and he did a great job, keeping his leverage, keeping inside leverage, keeping outside leverage with safety help. And he did a great job keeping his leverage. And those guys made some plays down the stretch. So excited for those guys, man. And we just need other guys like to be ready for that to happen. Like, when teams are playing like that, keying in on one guy, like, the other guys got to be ready to step up and make plays.
That's right. Now, I know you can't comment on it. I know you wouldn't dare comment on it, but the officiating. Have you ever been in a professional game or NFL game where only one team had all the penalty calls and the other team had?
I don't think so. I don't think I've never seen anything. I don't think I've never seen a crazier stat in my life, man. Obviously, I've said this, I've said this after the game. Those guys get paid, just like everybody else. They're human, just like everybody else. And the human eye can only see so much, man, with everything moving so fast, man. So I'm the type of guy, I would never, take the sore loser mentality and just, cop out and say, the referees, won that game for the Eagles. Like, I'm very competitive. I want every challenge, and I'm just gonna say, like, we lost that game as a team. My drop passes, just us not executing the way that we usually execute. So I'm not gonna take that route and just say, hey, the refs could have did better in this situation. Like those guys know what they got to do. They got a job to do, and I got a job to do. My job is to, help this offense go. Their job is to make the calls whenever they see it. If they didn't see it, we move on. You feel me?
That's
That's
right.
how it is. I got to move on. I can't sit there and say, hey, ref, why didn't you call this like in the game? I can't do it because then I'm worried about something else, and I'm not worried about catching the ball. So that's my mentality, man. Every time.
It's crazy because growing up playing sports, and we was all raised. I know that was a big thing in the South. Never leave it up to the refs. You leave it up to the refs, you leave it in the hands of the refs. You already lost. Let your play do the talking for you. Go out there
Oh,
and make it indisputable. Make it not necessarily one sided, but don't leave any question, any doubt on the field. To let one call or this call decide the fate of the game. So, and we see that all the time. Even when hindsight 2020, we seen it was a clear hold on you whenever you went up to make another catch. But you just like most to the ref, like what a flag, and then you kept it pushing. There wasn't no
that,
flag.
that,
You just
that,
went
that
on to the
that's
sidelines.
that's
It's
my
over with.
that's my mentality, bro. Like
Right.
people always say, "Reek, I need you to sell the flag." Like I'm like, bro, look, it's my job to get open, bro. Like he shouldn't even be that close to me, anyways. Like I'm not finna sell nothing. I don't get paid to act, bro. I get paid to strictly play football, bro. Like you feel me? Like when that time come and I feel like I'm actually getting held, you feel me? I'm gonna sell it, but I feel like I could have done a better job on my route and got open. But besides that, like I don't get into all that, faking and doing this. I don't got time for that, bro. Like I say that for like the people in Hollywood.
And that's what we call accountability. Now, speaking on your analysis and how you approach the game, what's your commentary on the quarterback crisis up in New York, man? What's going on? What you thinking?
You know what, man? I'm a huge fan of Danny Dimes, man, but it looks like Tyrod Taylor is trying to give him a run for his money right now. Those guys were able to go down and score their first home season, their first home game touchdown. I don't think it was I believe it was in the first half, and then they won the game. But I'm still a Danny Dimes fan, But
Mm.
for Tyrod Taylor to be able to step into the game and help this team continue to go and run smooth and operate and just help the young guys get aligned and stuff like that, it's an awesome thing to see. And I just really hope that puts a fire up on the Danny Dimes, ass and just helps him to say, you know what, I'm not going to let this guy take my spot. You feel me? Even though I just got the huge contract, I still want to come back in and do my thing. But shout out to Tyrod Taylor though.
I like that. I like that. You see how I set that up? I'm working on my journalism, man. But watch this. So, if ever given the opportunity to play quarterback, who Coach McDaniel gonna pick? You or Jaylen Waddle? Because we saw the video, and Jaylen Waddle been talking crazy, saying that man, you ain't built for that quarterback game. He'll out throw you every day of the week. Who wins that battle?
He
Who gets the
probably,
call?
I mean, obviously he gonna pick me, man, because I'm much more of a weapon. Like I'm much more of I can do so much with it though. It's crazy. Like my creativity is next level. Like and um like I'm I'm probably the most accurate left-hander on our team, which is crazy. And Tua can vouch for this because I done 1v because I done beat him in the accuracy throwing test. You feel me? So yeah, man. Like if it comes down to it, if we need an emergency quarterback, fourth string quarterback to go in and take some snaps, take some reps, I'm gonna go in and win us the game all day.
I love it. I love it. I love it. Speaking of, we stand on the quarterback position, man. The tush push that was used effectively by the Eagles this weekend, and what do you think of it, man? People calling for it to be banned, man. Is it not just another play? Like,
It's
why ban it?
it's one of those plays that what I'm saying, like they like starting a new wave. It's almost like what we doing like with the motioning, but it's a QB sneak, and it's very unstoppable. I feel like with their All Pro offensive line, that they got, and then Jalen Hurts, who's able to squat like 600 pounds, it's so hard to defend. Then you got AJ Brown pushing you in the back. You got the tight end pushing you in the back. It's so hard to defend, man. Like when you got those big guys up front, doing whatever, I don't know what it's called, and then just Jalen Hurts just picking a hole and deciding where to go. It's hard to stop, man. Like I seen those guys do it 4th and 2 once and get it, which is crazy. So
Right,
I mean, if it ain't broke, you know what I'm saying, don't fix it. Continue to run it. Continue to do it. And I'm hoping that the league don't stop it. They
right,
shouldn't because I
right.
feel like it's legal. And it's fun to watch. I was able to watch it in the game, and I was like, bro, so this is how they execute this play. This is
Right.
how they, you know, they align, they get fast whenever they do it. You know what I'm saying? It's like a quick snap, then they just go.
Mm.
So
So I was reading and I seen what a lot of people, not even just fans, but different commentators are talking about. There could potentially be a health issue, a safety issue, just because all of that sheer force, how the linemen have to line up, how the quarterback, how they lift him in his back and push him forward, like they could ultimately become a safety hazard for players when you down in that dungeon or down in that pit. And do you see that as being? I mean, football in general is a safety concern anyway. Is
exactly,
that any more dangerous than just a regular playing football? As a receiver, you might catch a pass, turn your back, boom, and go into somebody hit you. Do you see that ever posing a health or a safety concern, not solely just for the quarterback, but for the linemen, for the receivers, everybody who's pushing forward in that?
no, I don't think it's anything different from anything that's being done in football. Because the contact is so close. I can see if it was like a huge impact, but besides that, I think it's safe. There are like no direct clear shots at anybody, and it's just all about who's the strongest and low man wins, and it seems like to me they always win at that play. So don't take it away, man. NFL, somebody will stop it. Somebody will stop it.
That's with anything. Like you said, somebody will stop it. Somebody's going to formulate some kind of stand against it, some kind of play call against it, just to, you know, take the ease out of that play. Because, like you said,
Exactly.
he squats 600.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
Jalen Hurts is a strong dude. He's a
He damn
strong
near
dude.
stronger than some of his linemen, more than likely squatting.
Yeah, yeah,
So, being able to push 600, he may be the force behind that play, and
yeah.
that's why it's so effective. Not necessarily because of not taking any credit away from anybody, because that's a solid moving train whenever they run that. But it seems like you squatting over 600, it's going to be hard to stop him, and he pushing forward too.
Yeah.
Speaking of safety concerns, Kareem Jackson, what you think, man? 4-game suspension. Was it a dirty hit? Was it just a big play? Wide receiver turned into it. What you think?
I think it's one of those. I mean, it's definitely not a dirty play. I know Kareem. I know he's not, looking for no kind of ill intent or anything. He's not trying to hurt anybody. Like he's one of those veteran guys, that actually, plays the game the right way. He loves the game so much that I've seen him a dozen times, in that same scenario, make the correct NFL tackle that they want. And it comes a point. It comes a point, man. Whenever you playing this game, that like we actually want to play football. Like we actually like want to see. Like we don't want to see nobody get hurt, God forbid. But like at the end of the day, like this is how football is supposed to be played. And for the NFL to suspend him the way that they're trying to do 4 games, it's crazy to me. It's ridiculous to me, man. He didn't hit him in the knees. Like I felt like it was like he leaned his shoulder into his chest, and I thought it was a fair tackle. The collision didn't look so good, and the way the guy hit the ground didn't look so good. But besides that, man, it was the NFL. They got to stop that, man. Because I've been hit like that probably twice in my career. It wasn't fun, but it was like one of those moments where it's like, okay, I probably can make him mix next time he come down, or it's like a different angle I need to take on my route. So it was crazy to see that the NFL suspend him the way that they're doing. I'm hoping that he appeal it, which he said he was, and I'm sure that the NFL will say, hey man, like we'll give you a game or two. So what do you think about it?
Um, you know me, I slowed the video down, and I look at it like in that moment, the receiver, his back was obviously to him, and he turned into it. So I look at it like, what does he get suspended if this guy never actually turned after catching the ball to make a football move? Would that collision have been as bad if he would have just continually and got hit in his back? I don't think any suspension would have came as a part of that. I think he was already in motion. I think just the sheer speed at which he was moving at, he couldn't have taken anything off of that hit. I'm sure he didn't expect to, hit him right underneath in his neck area or whatnot. But I don't think it was a dirty play. I think stuff was already in motion. It was just one of those things, man. I don't think it was intentional. Like you said, I don't think it was malicious. I think it was just a bang bang play, and that collision just happened. You
Man,
know,
I will say this, like, love what the NFL trying to do, trying to protect offensive players, but at the same time, though, like people want to see, a lot of people want to see touchdowns, but like let those guys play football too on the defensive side of the ball, because if not, that same scenario what happened in Minnesota with Stefon Diggs taking that out route for the game to the house, that possibly
right,
could have been the same thing too, though. Because I felt like Marcus Williams, he was trying to protect Stefon Diggs. He wasn't trying to hit him the same way Kareem Jackson hit him. So
right.
this game is it's slowly turning. I mean, it is an offensive game. We all know that. Everybody want to see touchdowns. They want to see the celebrations. They want to see the speed and stuff like that. But I mean, just let the guys play, man. You gotta let the ball players play, baby.
And that's not crazy coming from you because I know you. You love that physicality and the competition.
I love it,
Um,
bro. That's what I live off of.
as a receiver, though, like walk me through that. I know plenty of fans want to know, like, whenever you lining up, are you looking at like safety DB? I know you do that anyway, but if it's a big hitting dude over there, like, are you gonna cut off your route to try to avoid that collision? Or is it in your head? Oh, I got to be cautious on where I catch this route at because XYZ coming, he gonna clean me up. Does that ever alter, some of the routes you run? Do you even
Nah,
think about that?
No, I know. I mean, I really don't think about that, because at the end of the day, the quarterback gonna always make you right. Feel me? If you got a real good quarterback, and we got a real good quarterback, if a safety is out of position, trying to, play his own game, or hit a guy, the quarterback will easily, throw it to the other side and replace that guy, and it'll be a touchdown. You feel me? So, guys stay true to their coverages whenever they play in the NFL. You feel me? So if they got cover two, they typically gonna be 12 yards off the ball, and they gonna get I don't know the saying, whatever they say on the defensive side of the ball, and they gonna get like a certain width. You feel me? So you gonna know exactly where they are on your backside whenever you catch the ball. So yeah, man. My only thing thinking about that, my only thing when it comes to getting tackled is getting tackled by them big guys on the inside. I don't want nobody to fall on me. That's the only thing I'm worried about. It Needed to Be Said is brought to you by Manscaped. Julius, what do you think about my stash these days?
Like a young Richard Roundtree from Shaft in 1971, my guy. So keep rocking it. Keep rocking it. I'm with it. I'm with it.
All thanks to the new Lawnmower 5.0 Ultra from Manscaped, my boy. It's got a new cutting edge design and next generation dual skin safe blade heads for different kind of shades.
Join the 9 million men worldwide by going to manscaped.com and get 20% off plus free shipping only if you use the code CHEETAH.
Taking it on the go, Manscaped has you covered. This puppy comes with a travel case and even a travel lock feature to avoid any accidental powering and looks in the airport, so you won't get people looking at you kind of weird. If you want to run like Cheetah, if you want to look like Cheetah, if you want to be like Cheetah, go get yourself a nice mustache. Use code CHEETAH for 20% off plus free shipping at manscaped.com. That's 20% off plus free shipping with the code CHEETAH at manscaped.com.
What's the tallest guy, the biggest guy you ever got hit by? Like, was it a lineman or what? Because I know you say you don't want them big guys following you because they standing 6'9", 6'8". You 5'9", 5'10".
Bro,
Like,
I got hit by Jerry Hughes when I was playing with the Chiefs. I had did like a double motion, and I had like a slide right out the backfield. Bro, he wasn't even trying to hit me. He was trying to rush the passer and get the pat. I turned my head, and I ran into him. Like, I fell to the ground. He didn't even tackle me. I hit him, and I grabbed my whole right leg was hurting so bad. I was limping the whole game. I look up. He just standing there and say, bro. He was like, bro, why did you just hit me? I'm like, bro, like, what? Like, he got mad at me. Like what?
so you bumped him.
Like,
So you bumped into him.
I ain't even move him at all. Like, it was like crazy. I was running full speed too. It's like them big dudes on the inside. They are strong, physical, and they got some anger issues in there too, I believe.
They hungry on that field.
Boy, they hungry, boy. Man, they for real.
And it's crazy because, as a fan, watching the weather in person on TV, we see these big old dudes running out. Sometimes their stomach come out. People like, man, this dude. I'm like, dude, 6'8".
Jordan
Dude,
Davis.
6'8".
Jordan Davis
Bruh,
for the Eagles, number 90.
bruh.
I bet they're like, boy, he every bit of
Hey,
6'7", 345, looking like Baby D off motherfucking Next Friday. Motherfucker,
yo,
man.
bruh is a straight unit. Like, nothing against y'all offensive line, but boy, Jordan Davis, that's a big dude. Like,
He's
just think,
powerful.
people like, oh, they offensive lines got beat down. Do they understand just how big Jordan Davis is?
Man, it take 4 people to block, bro. Like, but it dead weight. He dead weight. Like, so you ain't moving him unless you get like a pure double team on him. Like, he the truth. And then you got Jalen Carter, Fletcher Cox. You got all those guys. They got a real good D line, man. Brandon Graham,
Right.
Hassan Reddick, like Josh Sweat. Like, come on, the list goes on, man. Derek Barnett. The list goes, like, they can just keep rotating guys in. Like they got a starting 5. Like, just keep rotating guys in. I was like, bro, like, who are these guys, bro? Like,
Jordan Davis, though, dude, like,
yeah.
bruh, even at Georgia, like, dude is huge. Speaking of which, we need to get him in the Oklahoma drill. What you think? who you got for him? You going up with him, or who you
No,
who you
I
got
think
with him on the Oklahoma drill?
for somebody from the Dolphins to go up against him in the Oklahoma drill, I'm gonna pick hold on. I'm gonna pick David Long, our middle linebacker. Our middle linebacker, David Long, gonna hit. He
You
every
need to
bit of
set that up.
5'9".
You need to set that up. Now, just for even knowing you and speaking with you, how you speak passionately about, addressing players, how we characterize their play. You have a different love for it. I know we spoke about that earlier about your love for the game. Um, do you think sometimes in football, an injury or a situation may cause a player to potentially lose that drive or whatever they have for the game?
Yeah, sometimes, man. I feel like we've all been there. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like, man, me being in the situations that I've been in, playing for Coach Reed, being around guys like Pat Kelsey, guys who really love the game of football, seeing how those guys operate. I feel like some of them done rubbed off on me, man. And anytime I get hurt, like I'm still eager to go back in. Like every time I cramp up, like I can use that as an injury and feel sorry for myself, but I don't. Like I'm like, bro, like let me get back on the field. Like I'm ready. Like I'm eager. You feel me? So,
Mm-hmm.
um, like people, like a lot of people got to understand, like we have a very young team. We're still learning, and like once we get to where we want to get, man, like it's gonna be special because you got to think about it. Like we got a lot of guys to get back: Jalen Ramsey,
Mm-hmm.
Teron Armstead, Devon Achane, Connor Williams. Like the list goes on. Xavier Howard. The list goes on. Like this is a nasty team. It's probably the best team I done. This is the best team I done been on. Like depth chart wise, this is the best team I done been on. So
Nice, nice. Now, Deshaun Watson, you saw where he left the game.
yeah.
What do you think about that? His situation, his injury. What do you think about that?
Deshaun Watson, he's a Georgia boy, man. I love Deshaun. I want to see him succeed. Like every time he step on the field, I want him to succeed. My biggest thing for him is I want him to stay healthy. Like I want him to be able to clear his mind, go out there and be dominant, just like he was whenever he was on the Texans. Because like they got a real good team down there. Their defense is balling. He got a ton of weapons on the offensive side of the ball.
Mm-hmm.
So I really want them to do well. And like a Georgia boy. Like I never say anything bad about him, really about anybody in the league. But I want to see Deshaun Watson succeed so bad. But I can't want it for him though. He gotta want it, man. He
You
gotta
might
want
need to
it.
sit down with him, man, and do what you do to us whenever the subject of football comes up. I think I told you earlier. You start naming players from the '60s. I'm like, this dude, he embedded
Man,
in it.
hey, sometimes, bro, like I can't even talk to people, man. Like
Mm-hmm.
I can't even talk to people, like certain people, man, because they don't love the game as much as I love the game, and they don't know how hard I had to work to get to where I am today. You feel me? So they don't speak the same language as me. That's why whenever I'm in the Miami Dolphins training facility, I don't even talk to some people, bro, because they don't speak the same language as me, bro. Like I only talk to certain people in that building because certain people only speak my language. You feel me? I say hey to you and I'm gonna keep it pushing. But if I have an actual conversation with you, bro, like you speak, like we speak in the same language, like you understand like what we got going on, like you feel me? And I fool with you, so that's how I am with just anything about football because I love it. Like I've been dreaming about doing this since I was a kid, and now that I'm here, man, like I just need to feel people energy who got the same wavelength as me, and I need that.
Now you spoke about having love for Georgia boys. You'll never speak out against anybody in NFL. Mecole Hardman. How happy are you for
Yeah,
that guy?
Meek.
How happy are
Yeah.
you happy for Mecole, man?
Yeah, Meek, man, for Mecole to be able to go back, man, and have a huge punt return in that game to set them up for a game-winning drive is so wholesome to me, man, because um, I was there with him in KC, and me and him had a chance to have conversations. Whether we were playing video games or whether we was on the phone talking about you know his situation in New York, and I'm just happy to just see my boy smiling on the sideline, having a good time, man. And it's fun to see, man. Like it's always fun to see like people that succeed in the league, and it's like, bro, like, yeah, I know more coming too, though. So
Oh, for sure. And I know how you felt about his time with the Jets. But
yeah.
how crazy is that? The Jets got the jet and didn't fly that mother.
And I feel I don't know, man. I can't speak on the situation because I wasn't there, and
Right.
I don't pillow talk. I don't share me and Micole's
For sure.
conversations, but
For sure.
I don't know, man.
Right. But he's a weapon.
He is a weapon,
He's a weapon, and I think he proved that as soon as he got back on the field. He's comfortable on that field.
fresh
He's
off the
comfortable
plane.
in that uniform. Fresh off, what he was at 2 days before he did that, and he just fell back in the rhythm of things. So shout out to Mecole, man. Good luck, man. Hold it down for Georgia, man.
Hold it down, baby.
Now, your favorite commentator. He told you to watch your mouth. Stephen A. Smith. Will Tyreek Hill watch his mouth whenever he's speaking about sports, whenever he's speaking his opinion about the game that he loves, when he's speaking his opinion about his quarterback that he's going to ride or die for no matter what?
Right.
Will Tyreek Hill, the cheetah, watch his mouth?
Man, I think it'll never. I think it would never be a situation for me to watch my mouth, man. Whenever I'm talking about the game that I grew up playing, the game that my father taught me how to play, man. So I don't know what's up with these analysts, man, thinking that they got the credentials to talk about the sport that we live every day. Like I got to sit in meetings for like literally 60 hours a week. You feel me? Learning about the plan, learning about the details and everything. I got to figure out so I can go out there and perform. So now there are certain analysts that be talking the truth now, like the guys that actually done played the game of football now. Stephen A. Smith, he is a great analyst, but I feel like whenever he talks about football, like he just don't know what he's talking about sometimes. You feel me? Like he's a basketball guy. So for him to be able to say that I'm not, you know what I'm saying? I'm what did you say he said?
He said you need to watch your mouth because he
I
got
need to,
7 TVs that he watch in his basement, and he watch all the games on his 7 TVs.
all his TVs probably got LeBron posters on them. Yeah, it's crazy, man. So yeah, for him to be able to just say that, man, I just feel like his take on Tua was lazy. He had a very lazy take on Tua. Like he didn't do his homework. Like he just saw highlights. It was a very lazy take on him. I just called him out,
And he couldn't take it.
and he couldn't
But
take it.
what's crazy about it? He couldn't own the fact that he actually said what people said he said about Tua.
Yeah,
Right?
it's crazy.
But he wasn't the front runner because what he said, all those passes ain't 19, 20, 30 yards. And while he was praising you, hats off, he praised you. When he was asked, what did he say? Is Tua your front runner MVP? He says no. He say Tyreek Hill got to be in that conversation, which, we agree. But in
Yeah.
praising you, what he did was also take from your quarterback, right? By saying I'm not giving him credit for a 3-yard slant to Tyreek Hill and Tyreek Hill taking it 65 yards to the house. And Shannon Sharp them had to check him like, yo, who else gonna give it to him?
Yeah,
You feel me?
my whole thing is whenever people and naysayers online try to talk about who's the MVP of our team is, my thing is Tua is the franchise quarterback. He is our guy. He's the engine. You know what I'm saying? Like he's the guy that makes this team go. Everybody knows that. Like he's the guy that can make every pass on the field. Without him, we wouldn't be where we are. Now, me being me, I'm just the energy, baby. Like I'm the guy that brings life. Like I'm the guy that gets guys up. Like I'm the hype man, basically. You feel me?
Right.
Like
Right.
like he the artist and I'm the hype man. I'm just here to support him. Like
Right.
you feel me? So without Tua, like none of this would be possible. I still be crushing it a little bit, but I probably wouldn't have the same numbers that I would have this season. You know what I'm saying? Without QB1 back there. You feel me? So
Right.
Tua is definitely, I feel like, the MVP of the league right now. He's leading statistically.
Mm-hmm.
And get that right, statistically, and damn near every category.
Right.
I sounded like Stephen A. Smith right there.
A little bit. A little bit. But the gall of that to say, because he said no, and then he says, well, they discussed golf, right?
Yeah.
But he never went into any specific details of why Tua is not his lead for MVP other than these short passes.
Yeah.
So reasonable minds in the world assumed, and they ain't making an ass of themselves because that's exactly what he said, that's the reason why. But then he go back on TV and say he didn't say that.
Yeah, it's crazy, bro. Like we all got the clip where you clearly said it. Like there's no backtrack. There's no way you can get that erased because the way people operate today, they're gonna screen record and they're gonna post it on Twitter. And then they're gonna at you too to let you know that you said that exact thing. So that's how
I just find it disingenuous for him to take that position. And like you said, roll the tape. He said what he said, you gotta have receipts where you come from him. Bruh, it's on your show.
Hey, you know what people always say? Always say? You are caught in 4K.
He called it 4K. You mind if I deviate for a second, bruh? You know they said you my best friend. I can do this. That ain't too much, is it? But what he said, this no-name individual, he's tired of no-name individuals getting the opportunity to interview the stars.
Yeah, I don't get that take either, man. Like it's just, I guess it's just one of those scenarios where he's just jealous. You feel me? Like he wanted to be the individual to be able to like have conversations with the athletes. And Stephen A., if you want that opportunity, baby, I'm just a phone call away, man. Just a phone call away, man. I'm able to talk anytime, anywhere, any place, wherever you want to do it at, baby boy.
I think you're absolutely right. I think it came from my pops. He gonna give me some scripture. He say out of an abundance of the heart, the mouth will speak. Right, and I think he went off script and he said how he really felt. Like to call somebody a no name or a nobody, to me that reeks of privilege. Right, it reeks of classism because they don't have the national platform that you may have. You start to look down on them. And like, it didn't dawn on me because, I know the arena that we in, right? It's a podcast, a social media arena. Anybody can say what they want to say and people laugh about it.
Yeah.
And I didn't start noticing until, dude, I got called from judges, from attorneys, from coaches, the wife, like, yo, this is what he's really saying. He's looking down on you. But I'm glad you created this platform. And it, from what I've seen, has motivated more and more players to go out and create their own platform and tell their own stories in their own voice and how they want it to be told, as opposed to letting a journalist sit down with you and learn your most darkest moments and use it to prepare their career. So thank you for leading the way for that, bro.
Yep.
Y'all got the Patriots coming up. I know I was critical of Mac Jones. He went crazy. Last minute win. Are you concerned about the Patriots? Are you concerned about Mac Jones? I said he ain't got no dog in him. You probably heard it because you saw him and Gesicki doing that nasty, gritty Like, do you think he gonna bring that gritty? Is he gonna bring it back?
You know what? I love Mike G. You know what? He was my locker buddy whenever he was playing in Miami, and I do not want to see that Gritty in Miami. I'm going to talk to every defensive player and say, do not let Mike Gritty I said Mike Gesicki,
Nah,
Gritty.
call him Mike Gritty.
Yeah, that's his name, Mike Gritty in Miami. Because if he's able to pull off a Gritty in Miami, we'll never hear the end of it, man. He's probably gonna call everybody and just say, "Hey guys, look, I'm Gritty in Miami, the team that should have kept me." You feel me? But are we concerned? Yes, we are. Patriots are a real good team. They got a real good coach, and that defense is stifling. You know, a lot of playmakers on that team. They added J.C. Jackson. It's going to be a good game. Obviously, you know, the weather plays a key factor down here as a 12th man in Miami. So it's going to be a real good game. I think those guys are really finding their identity. So each and every week we got to bring out our A game, and if we don't, we're going to be on the losing side this weekend. So I'm looking
What do you
forward to
expect
it,
them to
man.
see on coverage? What are your expectations on the different kind of coverages that they're going to hit you with? I know
Man,
it's a team game, but I'm asking you what they going to hit the cheetah with.
Man, so Coach Bill Belichick, every time I play against him, man, like he's a Hall of Fame coach. Obviously, he does a great job of just not allowing me to just be me, bro. Like he whether it's like hitting me at the line of scrimmage with deep defensive ends, or whether it's putting three guys to put their eyes on me, or just telling the defensive back to say, "Hey, you play underneath, and you're gonna have a guy over top." He just does a great job with it, man. And me being me, I just gotta find small ways to get open. You feel me? Because in every game, there's not one defensive coordinator. Well, I'm not. I'm gonna take that back. It's gonna be one opportunity or two opportunities for me to get open. You feel me? And just like last week, they doubled me on the touchdown. If coach calls the play at the right time, just like he did last week, you feel me? It's gonna be touchdown. You feel me? And me and Tua just got to be on the same page. So this week at practice, me and Tua got to talk just like we did all last week. Like, hey, if they double me, I'm an inside release. You feel me? If they do this certain coverage, if it's single high coverage and the corner plays outside, I'm gonna set him up this way and I'm gonna do something else. So the communication has to be at an all-time high whenever facing a Hall of Fame coach like this, because he loves his defense and he understands how to play me, because I done played against him ever since I came into the league, and he does a great job of slowing me down. So got to be on top of everything this week.
So once you score, will there be an appropriate gritty displayed so Mac Jones and Gesicki can properly or adequately see how the gritty is supposed to go?
You know what's crazy? I was actually thinking about mocking them by doing the gritty the exact same way that they do it. So that would be a dope celebration. So yeah, but what's crazy is I got a dope celebration that I want to do this weekend. Though I've been saving it in my bag. I was gonna do it on my second touchdown. That's probably why I dropped that pass, because when I called it, I was like, "Oh yeah, this is touchdown." I'm already thinking about what I'm gonna do. So I'm saving it. Here we go. I'm saving it, man.
Celebrations. So when I first saw this celebration last game, I only seen, because the camera, they only showed you on the ground shaking or flipping over. So
Uh
I
huh.
look at Jamil, I say, I know he ain't imitating having a seizure. I didn't see
Nah,
I
nah,
didn't see
nah.
the player with the fishing rod.
You fishing,
Where
baby.
that come from, man? Say
Man,
going
you
fishing.
know what's crazy? I love fishing. You know, I fish,
Hmm.
damn near every time I got an off day. And
Hmm.
like, it was just one of those celebrations that we can get the whole office involved in. We got Big Rob Hunt fishing. We got the rest of the guys coming up like it's like a prize, like it's like a tournament style. And they just caught like the biggest fish. Those guys just caught the cheetah. You feel me? So they're lining up, Braxton taking a picture of the big catch. And the whole offense is involved. Like, that's what it's about. When we score, it's our time to have fun and, just enjoy that moment and remember that all of the hard work that it took to get, into the end zone. Because it's hard, especially when you're going against an Eagles defense. It's hard to score in this league. And for us to be able to pull off that celebration on Sunday Night Football is definitely one of my highlights. And then also, after that touchdown, I was able to go get my son the touchdown ball,
There
Tyreek
you
Hill
go.
Jr. I was fired up, man.
There you go. So now, real quick, we always do the predictions. What you giving Dolphin fans? What predictions we get from you this? this week as far as wins, yards, whatever you want to give us?
I say 5 receptions for 102 yards.
Ah man, I'm gonna have to light the group chat up. The group chat up. You already know I'm going up with that. And the W for the Fins, obviously.
And a W for the fans, obviously.
I like it. One last thing. So many commentators, not so many, but different commentators saying that they're not convinced because the Dolphins hadn't beat a top-ranked team. What's your take on that?
You know what? I really can't, speak too much on it. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
Everybody has their certain opinions about who's their favorite and what's that. Because at the end of the day, it's any given Sunday. Anybody can win, anybody can lose. And if I was up to sit up here and just worry about other people's opinion, then I'm focused on the wrong thing. So I got to focus on what's at hand. What's at hand is the Patriots in the next game and working on this goal of getting 2,000 yards. So that's my mindset on it. As bad as I want to talk about it, I can't because I got to focus on the mindset of these yards, these wins. We got to stack these wins, man. We got to stack them, especially against a division opponent.
There you go. Appreciate it.